Okay, it says it's being live streamed.
There you go. Look at that.
I can't check
Hello,
the
hello,
what's
YouTube. We had 9 minutes of technical difficulties, my friends. And so we apologize for that. Um, um, yes.
I
I'm,
think it's bad.
let's see. Do your channel.
It went to Facebook, right?
Uh, I don't think it's on Facebook. No. So we're going to move over. We're going to share this link here. Yes.
Uh,
Oh,
Are
there.
we changing the dates today? For when
We're
people
going to
know?
talk about it. Yeah. So we're live on YouTube. That's confirmed. And now we're going to go over to Facebook and we're going to say over here, we're going to say right here, we're going to go here. We're going to edit YouTube. There we go. Okay. I think I've updated that. There we go. With the YouTube link. So now we are live on YouTube.
Whoa.
Okay. Goodness gracious. See, that's what happens when you use a whole different system for the first time in 2 years.
Dang, it's been a while.
It has been a while. And we were just chatting before the cameras turned on that where are you going tomorrow, Brennan? Where are you gonna go see?
I'm going to go see our good friend Drives the Common Man
Awesome.
perform
And he's performing
at
tonight?
yeah, he is performing at I just had it here. Where did it go? I lost it. It is Wiggy Ball Dimk 2025 Festival
Oh,
in Sydney, Nova Scotia.
that is
Oh.
fantastic.
Yeah, I guess it's like a 2-day festival of I don't even know. I just know that he was performing, so I was like, oh, dope.
Well, you are a lucky
Concerts,
duck.
powwow, markets, cultural activities. I'm pumped. I haven't seen him since our project in Newfoundland there.
Okay, well, that's awesome. You are one lucky duck. I'm very jealous.
Me too. Yeah.
And not as big as Drives the Man and Common Man, but Simon can't be with us today because he's hanging out with Lincoln Park this weekend.
Yeah, that's sick.
Which is super awesome. And um, we are, but we're very happy to be here today. We have been talking for the last number of months about mashkiki 2025, and I mean, we've been talking lots and like coast to coast conversations with folks around this idea that was initially inspired by Tash when you headed off to Australia last year as part of a cultural exchange in your post-secondary. And which actually, interestingly enough, motivated me to go to Australia for vacation last winter or I guess fall and winter, and it was fantastic. And again, the number one thing I realized when I was there is the real connection to the similarities of our peoples as First Nations peoples, as well as the Aboriginal folks in Australia around colonization and the historic challenges and the present day challenges. And so it really is very interesting to me. It is how similar those things are. But also looking at the gifts and the strengths that exist in both spaces, language, connection to land, connection to community, caring, welcoming, all of those different things it was really powerful to see that even though could theorize that 5,000 years ago there was no contact between way over here and way here, but that indigeneity piece and that indigenous connection that exists in the way of being, knowing, and seeing it was just awesome. And not to mention, it was a heck of an adventure. Like, and Tash, that was your experience to some extent as well, eh?
Absolutely. Just traditional knowledge the whole way. Like we would go on like an excursion that you would think like a tour, but the whole time you're with knowledge keepers, you're with elders, you're with people who are, telling those stories and talking about, all things sacred. So it was really beautiful, the whole trip.
And Brennan, you've done a lot of trips when you were younger and older, but certainly as a young person, you had lots of adventures, right?
Hmm.
And how did those matter when you take a look at your life now, like 10 years later from when you start, in fact, more than 10 years ago, you started traveling. How did that shape your path forward, do you figure?
It just really opened my mind up to just the different ways of living and different people and different possibilities and just that there's so much possibility out there in the world and different people and different paths. And it really gave me something to be confident about too. Something that I could like point to in my brain and be like, oh yeah, you did that. So like, you can um you can't deny yourself this, right? So yeah, it definitely helped me a lot.
Well, I think so, right? Like it gives you that ability to know that you can tackle this thing, whatever this thing is. I've
Mm.
done all of this, right? And and now I can do this. And in your path, you've been, if I'm not mistaken, correct? Let's see if there's a little trivia here. Let's see if I'm a good listener. Brazil.
Hmm.
You may have, you might not have ever gone there, but maybe Disneyland or Disney World.
Yeah.
China,
Hmm.
Europe,
Yeah.
Africa.
Hmm.
So if I'm not mistaken, you have Antarctica and Australia left to go to.
Yeah.
That's pretty
Great
amazing.
note.
That is
Like, that is amazing. And one of the things that's amazing about it is that all of us, and I'm a little older than you folks, but all of our grandparents' era, and maybe your great grandparents, but grandparents' era, potentially, would have had to have a representative of the government sign off on your leaving like that. Like, and that's like just generations ago. It wasn't like 1,000 years ago. It was like several generations past that would have been the case, right? And here you are in all but two continents so far.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It is.
It's really surreal.
And Mashkiki 2025, that's the whole one of the whole intentions is to help young people by experiencing things, understand that they can take things on in life and in a good way and build their connections, not just to the land and to each other, but also to themselves and who they are and where they're from. We know, and research supports it, science supports it, that young people who have strong identity, understanding of who they are and what that means, and feels a pride in that they have better access to opportunities and also better ability to be able to make choices and decisions that are going to, they still may have risks attached, but they're healthy risks. And and those are game changers. And so we want young people to know that they are mashkiki, they are that strength of the earth, that they are that medicine, and that they matter. And so that's what this project really is in a nutshell, right? We've been working with some partners in Australia, and we wanted to share a video now. With folks about one of the experiences that young people will have when they join us in Australia. So we're gonna quickly share that, and let's see here. Let us see. Uh, one sec here. Okay. So here it is. This is from our friends at Elada Tours, and we had a great visit again last night with them. And so it's really always exciting to be able to chat with them. Their team is diverse strong cultural knowledge and knowledge keepers and elders and just change makers in their own rights. So we're very excited to have this opportunity. So here's a little bit more from Yalata Tours about some of the experience that the young people will have. Oh, I think though I may have failed. Hold on a sec.
No.
Oh no, what? Oh,
Did it work? Does it
not
work?
yet. No, it's going to. I forgot to hit the audio one. I have to hit that audio button now, right?
Hit the audio button.
There you go. Now here we are.
Right now, we are in Yalanji country, the world's oldest rainforest. Some of the trees here you can't find anywhere else in the world. We've got cassowaries specific to this area and the most cleanest waters in the world. Going to be on tropical beaches right next to the reef. And then you're going to the red earth country, wild four-wheel driving. It's all of that. They're going to be able to get to see something quite exclusive and untouched. Yalada Tours is more of a cultural experience. Getting to see Yirrambul, which is our site of significance. There will be certain places that no one's seen before, except traditional owners or our ancestors. We've got elders that will be meeting along the way. I like to call them our knowledge holders, and they'll be able to have that deeper sharing of culture. It's quite an experience to have a traditional owner or an elder with you on your journey, looking at our country with our cultural lens, I guess you would call it. The whole world opens up. Sitting next to a campfire, sharing our stories, sharing cultural songs, sharing earth knowledge in the sense of ochres and our clays, and then tree knowledge. You got 1,000 years old cycads in the rainforest. You've got old cedar birthing trees where people's placentas were put there under the tree. That's something you're not really going to get coming here on your own. Yalada Tours will be supported by our rangers, planting trees to help revegetate the rainforest. You know, one day you can come back and say, you know, I'll put that tree there, you know. It is definitely a unique package of experience, that's for sure. There's really nothing like it.
Well, that's pretty amazing, eh?
Absolutely. That warms my heart so much.
Yeah, that's really cool.
And
It's
one
awesome.
Yeah, and one of the activities that's in the agenda for our group is in fact that tree planting ceremony, and so the young people who attend will be able to have that lasting contribution to that forest and to that land, which is kind of amazing. So we are at a place now where we have folks registered, and we're very grateful for that and for the folks who have put their names forward and said that this is something that they're looking to do. And but we've had as well a lot of conversations with folks just around the timing of the process itself. So there's folks who are wanting to see something maybe in the spring of 2026. So right now we're going to keep the deadline open for our October adventure until, if I'm not mistaken, if I just go look at our calendar for a second, What we were talking about is if we're going to keep this open until the 22nd of August. So that's 2 more weeks. If there are folks, we need to hit a certain number to be able to make this a viable opportunity for everyone. So if we hit that in by the 22nd, we certainly will move ahead and we'll have this adventure in October. But we're also going to be looking at doing another one in the spring. And it might be another one, or it might be this one that we were planning originally for October. And it looks like it would be May 2025. We had originally sort of thought February, but we learned yesterday that the weather in March is not complimentary to being outside in any way. And there's often a lot of delays. And so, in fact, a lot of these spaces are in fact closed during that time because it is their very rainy season. And as Tash pointed out earlier, it is a rainforest. So it's only enhanced. Um, but so we just wanted to sort of update folks that we have until the 22nd. So if you've gotten our materials already and you're interested, be sure to get in touch. And if you haven't, and you're just seeing this video for the first time, reach out to us on either social media or youmatter@threethings.ca. I know we're excited. It's a fair statement. Is Brennan excited? Yeah.
Yeah, we're
Tash?
super excited. Can't wait. It's gonna be
Yeah.
awesome.
It is, and I think that as well, if there are folks who see this and have an interest in joining us in helping make it happen, because it is a large undertaking, and although the cost to attend may feel like a lot, we've really appreciated a number of the conversations where people have been really clear that it's a reasonable um, uh, fee for what these young people are going to experience. It's comparable to other travel experiences. The difference being is that this has got a lot of focus on that development of young people's minds, their hearts, their spirit, and how they walk in this world forward when they come home. And so that is the objective. So be sure to be in touch. Tash, do you have any final thoughts you want to share with folks?
Final thoughts. I think, we're going into all indigenous community. We're going into Sydney, we're going into the Blue Mountains, we're going to be exploring the Daintree Rainforest, we're going to be swimming in the Great Barrier Reef. Like there's so many things about this that, and along the way we're having that leadership and capacity building for indigenous youth, and for youth to do that together and go through those scary experiences is, it is scary to go across the world, but to do it together is really powerful. And for them to do it on their own with their peers is so transformative that you can't, it's an experience like no other for sure.
Awesome. Brennan, final thoughts?
Yeah, just this is gonna be so meaningful, and I'm so excited for these youth that are gonna be able to experience this. And I mean, like just being able to be a part of different projects like Megadatum and stuff, where we took kids to Peru and everything. Like I know this is gonna be really impactful and significant project. Even just on top of the, doing and seeing really cool stuff and going across the world and stuff like so yeah, just I'm really looking forward to it. I'm excited.
And you never know where you'll land or where the young people that you support might land in this. It was 8 years ago this week that Brennan met Three Things for the first time. And so 8 years ago this week, you had just set sail from Halifax, crossing the Atlantic Ocean to France. And with Miss Nogama, our national project that had 45 young people take part. And that was where we met Brennan, who then has been working with us since then, pretty much since probably the next year. We did that first thing we did was that tour in Atlantic Canada.
Yeah, did the tour and then shortly after that, like that summer after.
You moved down to Kingston for a while, and a couple of times you've come here to stay and worked on a number of projects, and then as well have created your own path forward as well in your own role. And so it is, and the other part of travel um, is like you never know the connections you're going to get. And Tash and I, in fact, met originally. Tash Sinek and I, we met in a pool with our Tyson as well. We met in a pool in the Dominican Republic. And that was also 8 years ago. And yeah, so here we are. And the beauty of travel, right, is that it opens these doors and builds relationships that we never know that we needed. And
Mhm.
we certainly have needed the relationship we have with each of you, and we're very grateful that these kind of opportunities have allowed for these connections and relationships and visions like Mashkiki 2025 to take place. So with that, it's Thursday afternoon. We're going to say goodbye. We're going to post this on our Facebook page as well. And if you're interested, the 22nd is the deadline. If we don't hit that number, we won't be. It's not a series of disappointment. We'll just be reshifting to take a look at the new year, and we'll be in touch with folks who've already signed on, and we've been in touch as well, just to so people have a heads up. Their spaces are still secured for the next session, and but should we hit that target number we've got, then lo and behold, maybe we'll do two of these, Mashkiki 2025 and Mashkiki 2026. So who knows? Stranger things have happened in the world.
Yeah,
And Brandon, you have an important job tomorrow when you see Andrew, who drives the common man. Please be sure to give him a huge hug and then tell him that it was from me.
will do. I
And
got
I will be following up and checking, just to be clear.
I believe you.
All right, friends. Well, thank you so much. It was lovely to see you both today on this Thursday afternoon, and
Mhm.
we'll see you all in the next week or so in our meetings. And then, folks at home, thank you so much for joining us. And be sure to click share on this. And if you're not a subscriber, click subscribe and share this on your social channels. And make sure that others get a chance to learn about Mashkiki 2025 and why it matters for young people for them to attend. Be well, our friends.